I've been moving around between different realms lately. Been building up, getting to know people, and I know it's really hard for many of you out there to find a good home. You know, um, when you join a new realm, you never really know if it's going to be good. It's extremely hard to predict what a realm's going to be like, in 3 to 4 months from now. If you're like me, you want to see a ton of activity. Even in 3, 6, 12 months from now, a ton of activity. And as you go along, you want to see a lot of growth in your realm. Unfortunately, you can have situations where, and this happens all the time, where people join, they speed build up to 20 or 22 or whatever. They get ahead of people, and then they train up, a ton of troops, and they just start killing off everybody. Or even worse, you have a group of people who are just extremely toxic in world chat, and they just bring everybody down, or they just make everybody super angry. And people quickly get to the point where they're just dropping left and right. They're going somewhere else. They're fed up. They've had enough of it. And then the activity of the realm goes down for everybody else. So world chat dies. Then a lot of people leave. You start losing everybody in your alliances because they're tired of it. They don't really see a point in building up here, and they go off to a new realm and try to do it. And they do it again and again and again. And then maybe they even quit the game because they can't find the right home. I can tell you by experience, being in an alliance with 70, 80, 90 people online for events, and it happens, believe me, and still having other competitive alliances in your realm is the best thing. That's where you want to be. But it's so hard to actually find that. And when you do, it's a realm that's, there's already 40s. So you don't want to start at one and then try to build up to that. And you just feel like, well, who are you at that point? Starting from one and trying to build all the way up to into your 30s so that you can actually participate with these older realms. Well, I can tell you right now, there is a group of people trying really hard to bring that activity level, bring a good place that maybe you would like to a new realm in War and Order. They are, for the most part, very experienced players who have done this. They've bounced between different realms. Some of them have been in realms for a long time, but at the same time, they have alts out there that they're kind of going through and trying to find a different place. And the list of people signing on for this is just growing every day. So whenever they first found me, I was in 1544 and I was building up. And actually, and I still am experiencing a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, where world chat is dying. A lot of the posts are people trying to sell, that sort of thing. Like people are giving up on the realm, and it's only been around for 6 weeks or so. So someone found me on 1544, and he was like, "Hey man, there's something else going on here, and you might be interested in it. We're trying to get a group of people, build up a good group of people, organize them, like-minded people, wait until a new globe comes out, and then join the first server on this new globe. And then the people that are a part of this are already going in knowing we're going to stick it out together. We're going to have a large group who can stick it out, and at least we have this large group that's going to keep the activity in this realm high." So I really think this idea is brilliant. So I thought I would bring it to the channel and see if we can really combine up even more people. If you're listening to this, and you're in that spot where you're trying to find a new home, I don't think you will find a better spot than this. So let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, hey, Dunamis Legacy here. I've been playing the game of Warren Order since back in Realm 198 when I first started as a brand new noob. Ever since then, God, I've lost track of the amount of realms I've played in, at least 5 or 6. But uh, along the way, I've always met people that I really connect with, which is one of my favorite parts about this game is meeting brand new people. And a couple of them are here actually right now in this group chat with us, and kind of brings together the whole reason why we decided to start this whole new realm. But anyways, my most recent was 1400. Played there about a year and a half, and from there just got really burned out on seeing another realm kind of die and get old, and decided I want to start like a reunion realm with a bunch of friends. So I started putting some feelers out there to people who had played in the past, trying to get them to come back, and got a couple people that I was really close to that decided to come back and play. And from there, we just started building this team to start in a realm that we wanted to make last, one that wasn't going to burn out. So at first, it was about 20, 30 people. As we started telling people about that, we started getting more and more. And up to this date, we're up to 60 already. So yeah, been playing for about 6 years. Took a few breaks, but here we are now.
Awesome. How about you, Shocker?
Same sort of situation with me. I played at 147 was my first realm back in the college days. Um, had tons of time to play back then. Loved it. I never really got into mobile games until this one. I think kind of really resonated with me because it's actually a lot about strategy, and there was never really a game that had that kind of depth like this one does. Like if you really get into it, and I love that about it. Um, I've probably played in maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 realms. My girlfriend Meg has too. She's with us. She's going to be helping us lead this team with Dunamis and Heretic and all that. Dickie, of course, is going to be helping us, and you'll, hear about him soon. But yeah, just excited to be here. I know Meg and I both had a lot of experience leading. I led from my first realm personally, uh, and sort of, liked it and did it ever since, and sort of figured it out as I went. Didn't really know anything the first time, right? But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Super excited about this new realm. It's kind of crazy that we're already up to 60 people. It's definitely going to keep growing. And I mean, Dunamis, you can confirm this or deny this, but I don't even know if we expected it to get this big. So this is kind of awesome where it's going. So yeah.
Perfect. How about you, Dickie?
Yeah, hey guys. I'm very similar to both Shocker and Dynamis. I've played since Realm 93, so played for about 6 years. Probably the same, 7 or 8 realms. And just like Dynamis, they've all died at a certain point, which I've always hated, and then you get these farming realms and all these sort of things. So we wanted to change that. So, a bunch of us got together with an idea to make sort of a super realm and to bring all these people through, and it just sort of blew up. And we've still got a month left. We've got 2 full teams ready to go, and, it'd be really awesome to get more people in and just have a really healthy realm, with a lot of fighting and a lot of fun.
Perfect. And I know each of you have kind of mentioned why you're doing this, but that kind of is the reason for this video is like, why are we doing this? Why are we getting a lot of people together to all join up in a single realm together?
I think it's because, you can correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think it's because we've just seen, realms get, stagnant and die too fast. And we want to actually create something that lasts a long time and is stable. Not having to worry about, getting into a realm that's full of, spenders and then they all quit at once and, or a bunch of sellers. And I don't know, we just want like a stable realm that's fun to be in that we can enjoy for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much me too. Longevity. I'd like to see a long-lasting realm with a lot of fun where it doesn't get stagnant, it doesn't get stale. We get to keep fighting. And if we have to fight each other to do that, so be it. It's a war game. Like, let's have fun. War and Order's got game mechanics like just the simple like time attack and things that none of these other games have. So no matter how many times I've said I'm leaving this game because I spend too much on it, I always end up coming back. And I'd like to have a realm where, you know, I can stay and have fun and in for the long run. Oh, definitely.
Definitely addiction. You know, I've taken like 2 or 3 breaks and always come back to it because like you said, the game mechanics are the best I think that I've ever seen. I've tried other games and you just don't get hooked on them. You know, they don't have, I think, the teamwork aspect that this game has. You know, with being able to reinforce each other, team attacks, like you said, that aren't rallies. Like that dynamic to the game makes it so fun. And then also the hospital capacity and different things about how the defense is so strengthened. Even against people who are mega spenders, you still have a chance if you can't spend a lot of money in this game and you have a strong team, which is what I think really enforces that social dynamic, which is what I love about this game. Like my favorite, honestly, like I'm a killer. I love to raid, all that good stuff. But my favorite part of the game is meeting people from, you know, Germany, France, the crazy Brits, the Aussies, and then people from Russia, Ukraine. You know, you just meet them from all over the world, and you get to hear about different cultures, meet different people. And I think a lot of the people that we're bringing in this group, you know, sometimes in World Chat and stuff, different players. You got the players that like they love to spend a lot of money, they love to kill, they love to get big and just kill everything around them. They don't care if they're a dick, to be honest. Like they're playing the game to play how they want, and that's great and all for them. But always those people burn out and quit and leave a realm, right? We're people who enjoy the social part, we enjoy the killing part, we enjoy everything about the game itself, and want to come together to make it long term, to not burn out, to not kill each other off to where we're all so tired of wasting our money and time that we move on to another realm in hopes that it will be better. We want to make this realm the one that lasts.
Perfect. And how are we going to do that? Like, what's different? What are we going to do that's different in this new realm from the past realms that we've played in?
Well, first off, we got 2 of the R5s of the Alliance that we're playing here right now, and those R5s, Dickie and myself, and the leadership teams that we've put together, I don't know how to put it. We're not dicks, you know? Like, we're willing to put Helm Health first. With the amount of people that we're bringing, we're probably going to be potentially the 2 largest alliances. And our goal is not to wipe out everybody else that starts in the realm right away and assert our dominance. You know, we're going to be realm health oriented and trying. That's why that's awesome that you're putting out this video for us and that you've decided to join us. Is we want to get the message out. We want to get more people to come to this realm so that they know, hey, there's going to be legit alliances with legit leadership and organization. Because another thing, you know, I came back after a 2-year break to Realm 1400, and I played in that realm, came in solo, ended up getting put up to deputy again, and eventually to R5, and got in some globe chats, talked to some other people in newer realms, and one consistent thing that I kept hearing from people, and that I kind of saw in some other alliances in our realm was there's really a lack of like leadership and structure in new realms. Like I believe the fact is that realms burn out so quickly that leaders really don't put a lot of effort into building a strong team or devoting a lot of time to a kingdom because they've honestly lost hope that it's going to live very long, in my opinion. So our goal is we've got a team that's health oriented, realm health oriented. We're putting that first. And, you know, we're going to be fostering that social aspect in the realm. It's not going to be all about the killing, you know. We're going to be realm minded in like, hey, this realm's going to be number one. Yeah, we're going to fight each other to keep it interesting, but heck, maybe we're not going to zero you completely or each other. Like, we're going to keep it fun, but in the end, like, we're going to be friends when it comes cross realm time.
And by all means, too, we definitely want people that are going to compete against us. So, like, you know, if there's anyone out there that has a massive group of 20 plus people that wants to come and join us in this realm and fight us, like, we want that. We want that competition. We want to be able to, have good fights and all that, and where we have, a strong opposing team against us too. So it's really going to be,
Yep.
obviously we're going to have a lot of veterans here. There's a lot of almost, I'd say 99% of the people that are joining us are veterans, but that doesn't mean we're, like Dynamis said, it doesn't mean we're geared towards killing the realm. We want to keep it alive, and that means competition. So,
Yeah.
we want that anyone that wants to come and join us, awesome. Anyone that wants to come and join us, and maybe side with an enemy and try to fight us, great too. I think
Yeah.
both would help the realm for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone who is watching this video, you've got a team of people that you've played with or you played in the past, with a group of people that were really fun. It's a fresh globe. So all the cross realm events will be the first ones, first in, best dressed, of those realms. And I'd love to see some diversity. Let's get a big Russian group. Let's get a big Korean group, a big Taiwanese group, Chinese. All these different countries that come together in this game. Let's get, let's have an actual realm like what the game was like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely
What it
agree.
was designed for, exactly.
Yeah, I've noticed that in most of these games, even if you're the one who's spending $100,000 in the first 3 months, right? And you get that every once in a while, you'll get someone. That person will get extremely bored after a while because everyone else quits, right? So coming to this realm, even if you're a spender, is a good thing because you're gonna at least have either someone to play with, or you're gonna have competition that's not just gonna die and go away. And so I see this as a chance for anybody, right? You have to have, and if someone is your opponent, and I'll say like evil character, the evil, they're not necessarily, they're never evil, really. They're just players like us. But we position them to be the bad guy, right? You need that. So every story needs a bad guy, and it's hard to have that balance between war and growth in all of these realms. You either have too much because you have people that just want to war. They don't really even want to grow. They're focused on another realm. They're not really focused on the realm that you're in and then that you care about. So they're just blowing it up. They don't really care. Um, and then you have other realms where there's no one fighting and nothing going on, and it just gets boring.
Oh yeah, for sure. You find that dynamic all the time in this game. You got a lot of different people with different play styles, and man, I've argued realm health with people in realms that I've tried to save through diplomatic stuff, and some of them are like, "Yeah, man, we need to keep this war going because that's the only thing keeping the realm alive." Whereas myself looking at overview, sometimes it's like, man, you're causing a bunch of non-spenders to spend more than they can, and they're getting burned out. Like you got to find a balance between war and focusing on growth and events and the community, right?
Exactly. You get into what people call war, which is most of the time that I've seen is when they get SOS, they use that once a day. That's super boring.
Yeah, and every realm gets to that point, eventually, where it's
Yeah.
SOS. Maybe they've gotten far enough to get slaughter. That gets super boring.
On both sides, from
Yeah.
experience, right? You get to the point where the most exciting part is the realm versus realm. It's the void where you're working
Yeah.
together, where you're hopping between different alliances actually to help out and do the most for your realm, to win. And then it's events like Fortress Wars and Elite Wars, which are amazing, right? Because it's a group and it's a lot of fun. I actually like Elite Adventures a lot because it's a great way for your alliance to do something fun. You're not going to lose anything from it, and it gets challenging later towards the end.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's a great point that I sort of wanted to bring up too, Heretic, is that towards the end of a realm, as you get towards the later stages, it's a lot more, with the SOS and slaughter and all that stuff, it's a lot more solo attacking. and not as much group things, with battles in the realm. Obviously, you do group events and all that stuff, and you get together for that. But as far as like the most fun in the realm, is that mid stage, like right after crown and stuff like that. We want to perpetuate that for the entire realm if we can. Obviously, I know it's not going to be easy, but just getting, a slaughter every day and getting your kills and then logging off, that's not something that we strive to do. We actually want to, get into groups and do group activities.
And I think the new WoW changing the mechanics around Crown Wars, and taking out the guard the crown phase, it completely is really going to help with that, because in these realms a lot of people get stagnant, everyone gets scared of losing their troops and everything, which is not the game. You make these troops to die. It's a war game, and so I think the new mechanic of Crown War is really going to help with that as well. To show people a new way to play. Because when you are losing your troops, you stop being scared of losing them. It becomes a normal thing, and so I think that's really going to help. Bring people to want to fight more. And do these things. And if I can just, while it's on my mind, anyone coming to this realm, we want activity and a lot of players and a lot of alliances and all these sort of things. So if I could just say, hold off on making farms for a week, or even if it's 3-4 days, let these new players that are new to the game and these old players coming for a new experience and a new realm, come in, and let's really fight for the health of the realm above everything, and keep it long lasting, so we're not throwing money at something that's going to die.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because what you're referencing is once so many castles get in a realm, then it switches and opens a new one. And we do have a lot of vets coming, but we would love to have new players that join, so that we can, honestly, my favorite experience from my first realm in 198, even though I was a noob, was I had experienced people that like took me under their wing, trained me, brought me up, taught me the game, because the dynamics of this game, you could never stop learning pretty much. There's always a new trick. There's always a new strategy. There's always a new thing to learn. And I love that about this game. And then Heretic, I was thinking also another thing that's going to kind of set this group apart is the 60 that we're bringing. How do I put it? They're just good people. They're people that I've met over the years and played with, and they have a high level of integrity. And I think that nothing kills a realm quicker than when alliances start turning toxic towards each other, where the game is no longer about enjoying the mechanics of the game, but it's really like enjoying hating your enemy, which eventually people burn out. Like there's only so much hate and toxicity that can go on before people just start saying, heck, I'm done with this. Like this game's not making me happy anymore. It stresses me out. It makes me mad. Like I'm gonna move on. So I know with this group and some of our core values and even alliance rules is like, just be kind to people. It's a game. There's someone behind the screen, and let them enjoy the game as much as you're enjoying the game.
Absolutely, and that's really good to hear. We all like
At
what?
the end of the day.
Yeah.
I said we all like to talk shit, but we're all people at the end of the day.
Absolutely. So when are we moving? Like when is this going to happen?
So we had a few launch dates in mind for us, but we've decided to wait until the new globe launches for a few reasons. One, we've been getting momentum, and we want to get as many people as we can. And two, the new globe launch, usually that has a lot of other people thinking similarly to what we're thinking. Like they want to start first thing on the globe. It sets them up first for Elite Wars, just to be the strongest of that globe potentially. So we're hoping that there's potential that other groups are thinking the same thing we are and land there also. And so there's currently 8 realms left at this time of making this chat left in the previous globe. Those launch every 3 days. So we're looking at around a little less than a month potentially until this new globe launches and we all go.
That's awesome. So we have a kind of a month to kind of get things together. So like you were saying, if you're someone out there in an older realm and you're in an alliance and your realm is getting stagnant, it's getting boring, and you've been thinking about, hey, I'm going to, let's move to a new realm, you have 24 days or so, more or less, to kind of pull that all together, pull that plan together. It doesn't necessarily have to be with us, but join the same realm as us because it's going to be a very busy realm. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of
it's gonna be
chat,
lit.
a lot of people, a lot of, things to do. It's not going to be boring.
Yeah, exactly. There's vets that are deciding to jump to new realms all the time. And they jump to the new realm, like we've talked about, with hopes that it will be better than the one that they were in, that it's going to last this time, or at least be better than the last one. Heck, with this 60-man team going there, you at least know there's going to be 60 other quality players there that are focused on realm health. So why not make the jump to a realm that has a lot better chance of surviving than any random one that you might potentially jump in?
And also, I think that's the benefit of doing the brand new realm is that we're going to, all the even people maybe not watching this video are going to, see the new realm, a new planet, and they're going to want to gravitate towards that because if you're a veteran or somebody who's played this game before, you know that the new planet is in the start of those realms is the best opportunity to get the best fights, the best battles, and the most activity.
And let's say someone who's watching this video actually wants to join us. Where would they go? Is the best place to go to Line or Discord?
So we're
Or they could reach out in the comments in the video.
I can add links.
Probably reach out to Heretic.
All right. I'll add links as well.
Yeah, our main communication channel for us is going to be Discord, and we have one of our deputies putting together a pretty legit site right now. She's actually just finishing it up, and we're launching it, and it looks really good. So we're starting to move people over there, but you can connect with any one of us online, and we can help get you into that if you're not used to Discord.
And I can say from experience, this is the best looking Discord that I've been in, the most organized, with tons of information already out there, tons of channels streaming, tons of people already in it. And I think people are just really joining it today. So a lot's been put into it to get it to the point that it's at today. So amazing job.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're taking this realm jump pretty seriously. Like we said, we're tired of realms dying. Like, we want to build one that's going to last, so we're putting a lot of time into it.
All right, sounds great. I bet we have a lot more than 60 in the end.
Oh, for sure. I think just in the last week we've gained 20 more. So definitely, I don't even know how many we might have by the time it launches.
So as we get closer and closer to the launch of this realm, in this new globe, I'll have more and more videos on it. So if you're interested, reach out to me either online or Discord, which the information's on the screen now, or leave your contact information in the comments for this video. I'll look forward to hearing from you. Take care.